Hey guys, stuck at home, gonna make a Turkish bread for you all. Really easy recipe. We've got 4 ingredients. We've got plain flour, some salt, some yeast, and some water. Tiny pinch of salt in there, salt in the flour, water which is tepid with my yeast, all measured out. I'll tell you the weights in a moment. Whisk it up. Let that go for a few seconds, for a few minutes. Doesn't really matter, it's going to prove for a long time, so it doesn't really matter. So the ingredient weights are 500 grams of flour, 15 grams of salt, 12 grams of yeast, 400 mils of tepid water. That's it. Put your flour on top now. Some people will prove this and go crazy with it. I'm trying to let the yeast do its business with the flour, not on its own. I think it's wasting power. And now we're going to mix it. Get in there. And it gets mixed for a long time. So Turkish requires time, and there's fragments of gluten in bread, and in shortbread you don't want them to rub together because they become like chewing gum. And in some breads you want to move it a lot so it becomes like chewing gum. And Turkish you really want to mix it a lot so it's like the best chewing gum ever. So it takes a long time. Let this recipe in 98 at Jocelyn's Provisions. Hello Jocelyn. And we're going to mix that for 20 minutes. And it's going to be really glossy and sticky. And then we're going to prove it for a long time, half an hour, which is one of the longer proving times, probably just behind sour, which is many hours. And then we're going to shape it, knock it back and shape it. And we're going to prove it for another hour after that. So a lot of bread proves for a lot less time than that. And we're going to put spice and olive oil on top, and that's it. A really easy one to do at home and very rewarding. Eat it with a bit of olive oil, nice olive oil, toasted, honey, absolutely gorgeous. There you go guys. Vote for a next bread to make, bagels or focaccia. Say bagels. Okay. Hey guys, finishing off the Turkish, take the plastic off now. It's proved for longer than usual. I went out and did an errand, so it was about the size of a flat, big grapefruit. Proved a lot, which is good. Turkish needs a lot of proving. So I just knock it back now.
How long does it sit like that for?
Well, an hour is fine. You can even probably achieve something like this in half an hour. Alright, so now it's all knocked back, and we're just going to prove it once there and once during shaping. So this is the shaping process. So I've got wet hands. It's very sticky, as I suggested before. So I pinch some off, have some fun, and I stretch it in my hands like that. It's a lot of fun. And I try to make it as long as possible. So, oops, I should have put some olive oil on the paper. There we go. Something for it to cook on. And I'll do that again, wet my hands. Stretch it, it's a lot of fun, something for the kids to do. Stretch it as much as you can, nice and even if you can, it's hard. And try to get the full length of your baking sheet. It wants to bounce back, that's okay. I'll just finish that one off. I'm going to do a few more, but we'll finish it off with some dukkha, which we make at Hobby Lane, which is walnuts, almonds, spice and sesame. Bit of parsley for fun, and a bit more olive oil on top just for fun. And then we let that prove for a long time again, and we cook it in a very hot oven, a very dry oven, a very hot oven. So everything takes a long time in Turkish, but not the cooking process. And that's it for now. How's that? Guys, and now we're going to use a little bit of this Turkish dough to make a gozleme. Turkish gozleme. See them down at the markets. Pinch off a little bit, very easy. Don't know how big you want to make it. Wet hands, a bit of olive oil on some paper or something like that. We'll slip that paper onto a baking tray later on. Squash it down, have some fun, get really rustic about it, have a beer, doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. And put some poop inside. Normally you'd put like a lamb mince or spinach and feta. I've just got some spicy sausage mince, a bit of chilli. Don't put too much filling in there. Just hurry up and do that. Maybe a bit of feta, don't know if that really goes, but we'll just for fun. You could put halloumi in there or whatever you want. Just making a small bit of parsley. I might put a bit more filling in there. There we go, a bit more feta. And then we close it up. Close it up, wet hands again. Close it up, wet hands again. Sticking a little bit. That's how they do it at the marketplace. It's all hidden in there kind of thing, a little bit. You squash it out, let it proof, and slip it when you're ready. Just pick up this. Ready, guys? Put your barbecue on, let it puff up for, I don't know, half an hour or something like that, and then turn it over, straighten your barbecue, and barbecue it. How's that? I think the Turkish is a great success. Let's find out. We've got 3 in here. Let's have a look. As Borat would say, great success! The top one's got the advantage of above heat, but that looks pretty good to me. I'm hoping when we cut through that, it's got some nice holes in it.
Turn it over for me so we can see.
Sorry, very hot, quite light. Cut through that, should have some nice holes. Absolutely beautiful. If that costs more than $2, I'll eat my hat. Sorry. Put it on there, showed you before. Now I'm going to turn it over. Don't really know, but why not? Let's have a look. Whee! That's a bit of fun, isn't it? So it's puffing up, just like your Gozleme at the market? Probably not. Have a go. Bit of fun. We've had great success. There were 3 loaves. The one that baked the best had the most intense heat at the top. Heat's important, so that's this guy here. It's had a good amount of time, 15 minutes out of the oven. Let's cut it right in the middle and see what we've got. I prefer more holes like that, but that is you want as many of those holes as you can for Turkish, but that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Tasty. And then we made a little Gozleme on the barbecue with the same dough. So let's chop that little guy up and see if it's just like the Turkish guys. I'm sure it's not, but we had a crack. Well, it's got some stuff in there. But a bit of fun. Not bad. $2 for that bread. Happy days.